Good morning, my YouTube viewers. In this particular video, what we're going to be talking about is the Z-score. And a Z-score is also a part of the measure of position. A Z-score is a standardized score that represents the number of standard deviations a data point is from the mean. So what I've got is I've got some data that randomized data that I've created to actually demonstrate the Z-score for you. So we've got a random numbers between 1 and 15. So that's our random numbers. So we're going to calculate the Z-score. So the Z-score for position number A2 is A2 minus C2 over D2. And then so what you have to do is you calculate the mean. So the mean is the average of A2 to A31. And the standard deviation is the standard deviation between A2 and A31. So between A2 and A31, that gives you 30 numbers that you can deal with. So your mean is 8.9 with numbers between 1 and 15. And your standard deviation is 4.13 for numbers between 1 and 15. So we calculated the mean and we calculated the standard deviation, which we have discussed in previous videos, because the mean and the standard deviation are part of descriptive statistics. So your mean is your measure of central tendency and your standard deviation is your measure of variance. And so now that we know what the mean and the standard deviation is, we can calculate the Z-score as being A2 minus C2 divided by D2. And in position 2, or really position 1, you've got a Z-score of negative 0.21747. And then what you do is you copy and paste that all the way down to row number 31, and that gives you the Z-score for every number. So what I've done is I've made a line chart of the Z-score so you can see what the Z-score is for every particular number. And then I also did a scatter plot of the Z-score as well, so you can see the scatter plot of the Z-score and what the Z-score looks like in a scatter plot. So this diagram here, this chart here, might be a little bit better chart to tell you what the Z-score is for every single 30 numbers. But I still like this scatter plot. I think that scatter plot looks really good, and that's why I included it. So now that we've talked about the Z-score, I think that concludes this video, and it's just another measure of position. And so you're going to be using the Z-scores when we do inferential statistics as well. So it's important to understand the Z-score and know how to calculate the Z-score, which we've calculated in this particular video. So the next video we're going to be talking about is going to be some more statistical subjects, and so I hope that you decide to watch that video as well.